Well, good morning. Today is a big day. I'm going up to Los Angeles to the Bulgarian consulate there to formally submit my Visa Type D application. It's been a long time coming. It took 6 weeks, a month and a half, just to gather all the documents, signatures, notaries, translations even. I'll get into that a little bit later. So let's go. Okay, whew. We made it back. We went up to LA, as you know, to formally submit my Visa D application for Bulgaria. And good news is that the submission was formally accepted. We had all the required paperwork gathered and submitted and looked over, and so far so good. The hard part now is the waiting game. It takes up to 35 days to get the actual visa. Maybe it'll get here sooner, maybe later, but they'll call us, so there's nothing else we can do. Just sit back and be patient, which, as many of you know me, I am not the most patient person. But yeah, we had all these documents that we had to supply as part of the application. Some of those documents took a month to get, and the others not that long, but we had to do a lot of things to it. So the longest one is, for most visas in the Schengen, EU countries, and Bulgaria is no different. You're required to get an FBI background check if you're in the United States, let's say. And not only do you have to get the background check, but the results of the check, the report that they give you, then has to be what they call apostilled. And that means, since it's a federal document, that document has to go to Washington, D.C., to be certified that it's an authentic document, stamped, sealed, and all that. That's called the apostille process. So that took time. That took about 3 weeks for the apostille. To get the report itself only took a few hours. I went in to an FBI, what do they call it, FBI channeler service, and they request your FBI report on your behalf. You get fingerprinted, and those get submitted. And then that was when I had driven up to Beverly Hills for that company. By the time I got back home, the report was done. It was ready. And then that was on a Saturday, I believe. The next Monday, I sent the PDF version of that and all the other information to the FBI channeler. They were in charge of getting the apostille done on it, which took right at 3 weeks. And then another big pain in the butt that we had to do was, since Lily and I were married in California, we have to have the marriage registered in Bulgaria. Seems straightforward, but there are a lot of steps involved, meaning I had to go get a certified copy of our birth certificate here locally in California. Then I had to get it. It also had to be apostilled. So I had to go down back to Los Angeles, to the California State Department of State, whatever it's called. And they apostilled it. That was pretty straightforward. It took a half hour once I got into the office, and they did it and got back. So that was fine. But then that California marriage certificate that's been certified and apostilled had to be translated into Bulgarian. And you have to use an authorized by the Bulgarian consulate here in the United States. You have to use one of their authorized translators. So we found one not too far from here, probably like a half hour. Sent her the documents, copies of it. She translated it. Lily and I proofed it, and I went and picked it up. So that took about a week to do. We had to take it back to the consulate. They had to notarize it to make sure the translation was valid with one of their people. Then we have to take that. It has to be given to the municipality where we're moving to in Bulgaria to be registered as a Bulgarian marriage. So it's not like Lily or I can just hop on a plane and go there and get that done and come back. But luckily her family lives there in the same city, her sister, and thank you, Maria, and also Lily's niece. Thank you, Nadia. We sent all the paperwork to them, as well as a power of attorney given to Lily's sister. That tells the local municipality in Bulgaria that we had given her the power to retrieve and register the marriage and collect the certificates, the authentic Bulgarian marriage registration certificate. So that worked, but again, that we lost a few weeks, in transit back and forth, because once we got the certificate, we had just gotten a copy of it. We were told we did not need the original, or at least that was my impression. So we had a copy of it, but luckily I had emailed the consulate just to verify, okay, we have the marriage certificate registered from registration in Bulgaria. Is that it? It's a copy of it. And they said, no, it has to be the authentic original version. So that took another few days to get for Lily's sister to send it to us. So anyway, all that was received, the FBI report, the marriage certificate, all that was received late last week. I had the appointment for today, October 1st, I believe it. Yeah, the 1st, with the consulate to formally submit. So we did. Went down there, and one of the tips I will tell you is, no matter what the consulate tells you you need, go to the embassy website, look at their list of requirements, and make sure you have all those documents. Because what we were told from the local consulate was a subset of what it says online at the official embassy, even their own consulate website. So there were extra documents that I had prepared, even though they weren't asked or they weren't listed as a requirement from the local consulate. And that was, you have to have a proof of health insurance from Bulgaria or from the Schengen area, the EU, the European Union. So the couple of days before our appointment today, I was able to obtain health insurance. So we got that done. I brought it with me. I didn't offer it. I was going to wait to see if they asked for it. The other documents were bank statements. They would like to see a bank statement proving that you have financial means to support yourself when you come to their country. They don't want you, to be a deadbeat and freeloader. So luckily I had printed, and I read somewhere that although the consulate site said you just need a bank statement, I saw other people online that have gone through a similar process. They were required to have the previous 3 months of bank statements. So I printed the prior 3 months of bank statements, kept it with me at the meeting today, and sure enough, the guy asked at the very end, do you have health insurance? So without skipping a beat, I'm like, I sure do. And I pulled it out and I gave it to him. He went and made copies or whatever he did with it. Then he comes back and says, do you have your bank statements? I'm like, I sure do. Handed it to him. Had I taken his word of literally as to what he had told us to bring from our last meeting with him, in which he omitted those 2 documents, I would not have been prepared. We would have wasted another day at the consulate because we'd have to go and I would have to go get insurance and print statements and just have to come back another day. So luckily I was over-prepared. As I like to tell Lily, I like to prepare for the worst and expect the best. And that's exactly what happened. Got everything in. The guy says, all right, everything's fine and dandy. Give us 35 days. And I think he said business days. On the website, it just says 35 days. So I'm hoping it's just 35 elapsed days, not necessarily business days. But I'm in the process of trying to ask these other people that I have connected to online that have gone through it to see how long it took them. So anyway, the hard part's over, and it's just a waiting game.